What's up? Screen Fiend fans, you are now intrigued to a movie review that is completely retarded. The movie is called Fall. And this is about, really, two big titty white girls decide to climb a 2,000 foot high structure that has been closed down forever. And the only thing that works is this warning light at the top. Now, these two big titty white girls decide to go climb this damn thing because they like adventure and climbing. One big titty white girl is definitely more out there. She doesn't like to use rope when she climbs. She like free form climbing without doggone, anything in the way, putting her fingers in between rock. Now, with that being said, we get to a situation where the movie starts and you see that this husband and wife couple are with their third wheel friend who is, the other big titty white girl that was stuck up there with her. And they're climbing a mountain. And one guy makes an amateur mistake while climbing this big rock. A bird flies out of a cave, scares him, makes him fall. But the cam is holding him up. Then the cam ends up coming out. And rather pulling his girlfriend to death, he still tries to swing back to the rock, where he ends up falling and dying once the cam comes out. Then it shows a whole year later. Then we get to see Negan. The only reason I said, hey, well, I'll check this out. Negan's in this. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is in the film playing her concerned father, who's seeing her just, live in misery, thinking about him every day, just drinking her life away at the bar. Right? Not worrying about going to work, paying bills, stuff we do every day. Then things flip upside down. Her friend, the big titty white girl, whom she hadn't really seen in a year, who kind of disappeared after that, they decided to take the remains all the way to the top and then spread his ashes from the top of this big 2,000 foot structure. Then she said, girl, you got to get back on the horse. We got to start climbing again. That's going to get you over this fear. The fear is going to get you, girl. You going to get up there. We going to climb this structure. This thing is now rusted up, closed, restricted, nobody around. Nobody knows they're there. So they ascend to the top. Next thing you know, the ladders fall down and they're stuck up there at the top. Fall. Now, the problem with this in a movie such as this is that Whether it's gripping, yes, it is. The makers of this film did 47 meters down with the shark, which wasn't a bad movie. Only involving two women stuck at the bottom of an ocean, 47 meters down. When the sharks just decide to, we're just going to start taking out anything that moves. So, this director likes misdirection and like deceiving the audience. And what you think you saw, you really didn't see. He does the same thing in this film. I'll let you discover that on your own. Now, going up there, this girl wants to record it, the big titty white girl, number one. And she's wearing a bra saying, hey, showing boobs get you more views. Because she's going to go and be this big YouTube star. So she's going to film the climb. Now she goes live all the way till she arrives to the point. Then, as she arrives there at this point, they have no backup plan. So no one really knows they're there except for the viewers on the internet. As they go all the way to the top of the structure. And once they arrive at the top of the structure, the ladder falls off. They're thinking of ways to rescue themselves, as they have a bit of a problem. As the ladder structure falls, the backpack falls, which had a drone in it that they used to fly around. They have no reception at the top. And they only have 50 feet of climbing rope, which is baffling to me that they wouldn't have additional rope just in case of emergencies. That's even longer in the bag, and they're climbers. This whole thing was off. And you're taking someone who hadn't climbed in a year to climb something that's 2,000 feet in the air. So the ladder held just long enough for them to get all the way to the top. Now, after the structure was done, there's buzzards down there eating a dead, like, coyote or something. It gets even more interesting because now the two big titty white girls, the one who's really showing her tits, is keeping me interested in this film. The movie's mostly about them two and how they're going to get down. And I'm like, well, they dropped the bag, which landed like about, I would say, 55 feet down onto a satellite. And it had the water and everything in there. So one girl decided to lower herself down and tie herself to the bag, and she's going to walk herself up. And get pulled up with the damn selfie. She had a selfie stick. So she used the selfie stick to grab the rope and link it on to the line, whatever you want to call it. And she leaps on, grabs the bag, and she's getting pulled up as she's walking up the thing, right? Then she finds out some other information, blah, 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 blah. But they have no reception up there for the cell phone because they're so high up. But they had reception when they were at the ground level. So they figured out that it's just that high. So the one girl decides, let's drop the phone. Now, when they receive the bag and they have the drone, and they were going to send the drone all the way over to the diner with a note that says, like, help us. Every decision they made was pretty effing stupid, in my opinion, from that point on. Because they had 50 feet of rope. They could have took the rope, wrapped it around the pole, made it tight, and walked themselves down that pole. The one girl could, while the other girl stayed on top. And I thought this was going to be the solution. Walk herself down using that rope. Keep lowering the rope, walking yourself down. Lower the rope, walk yourself down. Lower the rope, walk yourself down. It's pretty effing simple till you get down to the neck part, which has the bars, which you can let go and start using the bars to climb yourself down. Now, with this being done, and all these different methods being applied, what we noticed and what we've seen have been a few different equations of what happened. They decided, it is a movie. It keeps you in suspense, to send a drone all the way over to a restaurant many miles away with this battery power. And to be able to keep a signal that high up, 2,000 feet in the air, that drone was going to do all that. That was pretty amazing. But what was also amazing to me is no one was thinking about getting down or how to survive. They wanted to put a phone in a shoe and drop the shoe down using as cushion someone's training bra. Put her training bra into or her push-up bra rather, into a doggone sock-like thing, into a shoe, basically stuff the shoe, and then drop the shoe all the way down 2,000 feet. And the phone should survive, and then it should send out the message saying, okay, this is where we are. So, the big titty white girls did have a fight, but they're 2,000 feet in the air. And, it is what it is. They're 2,000 feet in the air, so you better get over it real quick. Now, from that point, everything changes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, everything changes. And you might start saying to yourself, well, hell, what changed? I don't see it. What went down? Well, what occurred to me is when they tried to send the drone all the way 2,000 feet over to a restaurant that they sat at and ate before they went there, which is thousands of miles away, they just tried to drop a cell phone all the way down to the ground. They have one more cell phone at the top. Why wouldn't they attach the cell phone to the drone and just lower the drone all the way down to the floor? And then the message would have been sent. The message would have went out, ping, Then you could have raised the drone back up with the damn phone. So therefore, you sending out help and could have been brought up. But then it's a movie, so hey, you know, who gives a damn about being smart in a movie, right? Right. Anyway, it is suspenseful. I give it 3 stars out of 4. Very well done as far as execution of suspense being that high up. I think they did a good job executing it with just 2 people. They both had big tits. One girl, you didn't know she had big tits till she had to start removing clothing to survive. So you got big tits. You got Negan in it for as long as he was in it. And you got suspense. Overall, 3 stars. I'm out.